4.2.11 Phylum Chordata. Animals belonging to phylum Chordata are fundamentally characterized by the presence of a notochord, a dorsal hollow nerve cord, and paired pharyngeal gill slits. Figure 4.16. These are bilaterally symmetrical triploblastic coelomate with organ system level of organization. They possess a post-anal tail and a closed circulatory system. Table 4.1 presents a comparison of salient features of chordates and non-chordates. Table 4.1 Comparison of chordates and non-chordates. Chordates number 1 notochord present, non-chordates notochord absent. Chordate number 2 central nervous system is dorsal, hollow and single. Non-chordates central nervous system is ventral, solid and double. Chordates number 3 pharynx perforated by gill slits. Non-chordates gill slits are absent. Chordates number 4 heart is ventral. Non-chordates heart is dorsal if present. Chordates number 5 a post-anal part that is known as tail is present. Non-chordates post-anal tail is absent. Phylum Chordata is divided into three subphyla: Urochordata or Tunicata, Cephalochordata and Vertebrata. Subphyla Urochordata and Cephalochordata are often referred to as protochordates figure 4.17 and are exclusively marine. In Urochordata, notochord is present only in larval tail, while in Cephalochordata it extends from head to tail region and is persistent throughout their life. Examples of Urochordata are Ascidia, Salpa, Doliolum. Cephalochordata examples are Branchiostoma, also known as Amphioxus or Lancelet. The members of subphylum Vertebrata possess notochord during the embryonic period. The notochord is replaced by a cartilaginous or bony vertebral column in the adult. Thus, all vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. Besides the basic chordate characters, vertebrates have a ventral muscular heart with 2, 3 or 4 chambers, kidneys for excretion and osmoregulation, and paired appendages which may be fins or limbs. 4.2.11.1 Class Cyclostomata. All living members of the class Cyclostomata are ectoparasites on some fishes. They have an elongated body bearing 6 to 15 pair of gill slits for respiration. Cyclostomes have a sucking and circular mouth without jaws, figure 4.18. Their body is devoid of scales and paired fins. Cranium and vertebral column are cartilaginous. Circulation is of closed type. Cyclostomes are marine but migrate for spawning to fresh water. After spawning, within a few days they die. Their larvae, after metamorphosis, return to the ocean. Examples of class Cyclostomata are Petromyzon, also known as lamprey, and myxine, also known as hagfish. 4.2.11.2 Class Chondrochites. They are marine animals with streamlined body and have cartilaginous endoskeleton, figure 4.19. Mouth is located ventrally. Notochord is persistent throughout life. Gill slits are separate and without operculum, that is, gill cover. The skin is tough, containing minute placoid scales. Teeth are modified placoid scales which are backwardly directed. Their jaws are very powerful. These animals are predaceous. Due to the absence of air bladder, they have to swim constantly to avoid sinking. Heart is two-chambered, that is one auricle and one ventricle. Some of them have electric organs, example torpedo, and some possess poison sting found in trigone. They are cold-blooded, also known as poikilothermous animals, that is, they lack the capacity to regulate their body temperature. Sexes are separate. In males, pelvic fins bear claspers. They have internal fertilization and many of them are viviparous. Examples are Scoliodon, also known as dogfish, Prestes, also known as sawfish, Carcharodon, also known as great white shark, Trigone, also known as stingray. 4.2.11.3 Class Osteochites. It includes both marine and freshwater fishes with bony endoskeleton. Their body is streamlined. Mouth is mostly terminal, figure 4.20. They have 4 pairs of gills which are covered by an operculum on each side. Skin is covered with cycloid or ctenoid scales. Air bladder is present which regulates buoyancy. Heart is two-chambered, that is one auricle and one ventricle is present. They are cold-blooded animals. Sexes are separate. Fertilization is usually external. They are mostly oviparous and development is direct. Examples of class Osteocheites are marine Exocetus, also known as flying fish, hippocampus, also known as seahorse. If it is freshwater, then it contains labio, also known as rohu, Katla, also known as Katla, Clarius, also known as Magus. If it is aquarium, it includes beta fighting fish, Pterophyllum angelfish. 4.2.11.4 Class Amphibia. As the name indicates, amphi means dual and bios means life. Amphibians can live in aquatic as well as terrestrial habitats. Figure 4.21. Most of them have two pairs of limbs. Body is divisible into head and trunk. Tail may be present in some. The amphibian skin is moist, that is without scales. The eyes have eyelids. A tympanum represents the ear. Alimentary canal, urinary and reproductive tracts open into a common chamber called cloaca, which opens to the exterior. Respiration is by gills, lungs and through skin. The heart is three-chambered, that is, two auricles and one ventricle is present. These are cold-blooded animals. Sexes are separate. Fertilization is external. They are oviparous and development is direct. Examples of class Amphibia are bufo, also known as toad, rana, also known as frog, hyla, also known as tree frog, salamander, also known as salamander, ichthyopus, also known as limbolus amphibia. 4.2.11.5 Class Reptilia. The class name refers to their creeping or crawling mode of locomotion, Latin rapere or reptum, to creep or crawl. They are mostly terrestrial animals and their body is covered by dry and cornified skin, epidermal scales or scutes. Figure 4.22. They do not have external ear openings. Tympanum represents ear. Limbs when present are two pairs. Heart is usually three-chambered but four-chambered in crocodiles. Reptiles are poikilothermal. Snakes and lizards shed their scales as skin cast. Sexes are separate. Fertilization is internal. They are oviparous and development is direct. Examples of class Reptilia are Chilone, also known as turtle, Testudo, also known as tortoise, Chameleon, also known as tree lizard, Calotes, also known as garden lizard, Crocodilus, also known as crocodile, Alligator, also known as alligator, Hemidactylus, also known as wall lizard. Poisonous snakes include Naza, also known as cobra, Bungarus, also known as krait, Vipera, also known as viper. 4.2.116 Class Aves. The characteristic features of aves, that is birds, are the presence of feathers and most of them can fly except flightless birds, example ostrich. They possess beak, figure 4.23. The forelimbs are modified into wings. The hind limbs generally have scales and are modified for walking, swimming or clasping the tree branches. Skin is dry without glands except the oil gland at the base of the tail. Endoskeleton is fully ossified, that is bony, and the long bones are hollow with air cavities and the bones are also known as pneumatic bones. The digestive tract of birds has additional chambers, the crop and gizzard. Heart is completely four-chambered. They are warm-blooded, also known as homeothermous animals. That is, they are able to maintain a constant body temperature. Respiration is by lungs. Air sacs connected to lungs supplement respiration. Sexes are separate. Fertilization is internal. They are oviparous and development is direct. Example, corvus, also known as crow, columba, also known as pigeon, Psittacula, also known as parrot, Struthio, also known as ostrich, Pavo, also known as peacock, Aptenodytes, also known as penguin, Neophron, also known as vulture. 4.2.11.7 Class Mammalia. They are found in a variety of habitats: polar ice caps, deserts, mountains, forests, grasslands, and dark caves. Some of them have adapted to fly or live in water. The most unique mammalian characteristic is the presence of milk-producing glands, also known as mammary glands, by which the young ones are nourished. They have two pairs of limbs adapted for walking, running, climbing, burrowing, swimming or flying. Figure 4.24. The skin of mammals is unique in possessing hair. External ears or pinna are present. Different types of teeth are present in the jaw. Heart is four-chambered. They are homoiothermous. Respiration is by lungs. Sexes are separate and fertilization is internal. They are viviparous with very few exceptions and development is direct. Examples of class Mammalia which comes under oviparous are Ornithorhynchus, also known as platypus, which comes under viviparous are Macropus, also known as kangaroo, Pteropus, also known as flying fox, Camelus, also known as camel, Macaca, also known as monkey, Rattus, also known as rat, Canis, also known as dog, Felis, also known as cat, Elephas, also known as elephant, Ecus, also known as horse, Delphinus, also known as common dolphin, Balaenoptera, also known as blue whale, Panthera tigris, also known as tiger, and Panthera leo, also known as lion. The salient distinguishing features of all phyla under animal kingdom is comprehensively given in the table 4.2.